All right, welcome back to the Woman Total Experience Radio Show. Our guest is here. She is an entrepreneur. She is a go-getter, a problem solver, a leader for her community. She's doing awesome things right now. We'll get into that more about what she does and how she does it, how you can support her and get involved with that. This is Dominique Dixon. How are you today?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How's your week?
Actually, pretty good.
Yeah. So, I'm excited to be here. I knew about you because I know your mom, Danielle Dixon. So I don't know how I got connected. I think I saw your mom had a post one day. I think she reached out to me about you. I think I asked her to be on a radio show, and then she told me about you. So I was like, okay. So I was like, okay. So I did actually promote your events that you was doing, that free class thing you did.
Yeah,
I did promote that because you did like you did like consultations, like that. So it was really, really good. So
Thank you.
yeah, so I want to promote people who are doing things in the community that are needed. That sometimes we don't think about until we need it. Like, okay, it's supposed to do this, So can you tell us who is Danielle Dixon? Who is I'm calling Danielle.
That happens all the time.
Yeah. So who is Dominique Dixon? I'm gonna call you Danielle. I'm like, oh my goodness.
I am Dominique Dixon, and I'm the owner of a business called Organized Office and Home Design. So essentially what I do is I go into people's homes and I help them organize so that their everyday life is a bit more easy. So I know a lot of times we'll come home and you'll see like a laundry list of things you need to do, right? You'll see the dishes need to be put away, the food needs to be put away, I need to do laundry, I need to vacuum this, I need to do that. So my job is to come in and create like an organization system so that those things are always done in order. They're always they're done very easily because we've set it up to be very convenient and very easy to put things away. I also refurbish furniture, so I can like reupholster certain chairs. I did a patio set. I reupholstered my headboard most recently. I have a couple other projects that I have on my Instagram page, so if you guys go there, you'll be able to see some of that work that I do.
Wonderful. How long have you been doing this?
So I think officially for about a year.
Oh wow.
I think the first time I've done something like this, I was like 16 years old.
Okay. Wonderful. So who is Dominique Dixon? What was she like growing up?
Oh, she was a very quiet, shy girl. She was very creative. She was always reading books or watching TV. She played a couple of sports only because like everyone else in the family did. So I was like, let me pick up something. So while my mom and my brother are all-American athletes, they played almost everything. I was like, I'm going to play tennis and dance. Like that's the best I can do. And I'm the oldest of all my siblings, and I'm a new auntie now.
Congratulations!
Shout out to baby Zane. He's like 5 days old.
Wow, wonderful. So Danielle JB said she's an amazing organizer. So I know you know what that is.
She said
the name Danielle Danny.
Oh yeah, that's my cousin.
Okay.
Well, thank you. I did some work for her as well.
Okay, wonderful. So you grew up you played sports because anyone's did it. So what made you get into like your passion? You say you started at 16 years old about doing. What made you start decide? Okay, this is something I can do, and I'm actually good at it.
Right. I think I was just very sensitive to like noticing other people's stress and like their moods. So I noticed like I had a mentor at the time and she had started her own business, but she had a home office that wasn't quite in order. I think she had like she needed to find some taxes that she couldn't find. So I went to her house. I helped her organize the home office, and we helped her find her taxes. She was like, "Oh my gosh, you can't believe like how much money you saved me. Like helping me find this document." And so just knowing like how helpful I was to her, it kind of encouraged me to see what I can do for others. And it started with just helping small business owners, because I feel like they have like the most stress. They're literally every role that a business needs is on that one person.
Right, exactly.
So what can I do to assist them? I could be your personal assistant, your admin assistant for a little while. So that's what I was for her. And I just really enjoyed the experience and just how helpful I was. And then I actually started to, this is the first time I started this business. Like I said, I was 16. And at the time, the name of the business was Feng Shui. Now, let me tell you, I know that is culturally inappropriate.
I don't know what it is, so I'll
explain.
Go ahead.
So it's of an Asian tradition. I don't even know which one it is, which is a problem. Like, how could I call my business Feng Shui? And it's this whole culture wrapped around it. I have no idea about it. But anyway, they believe that in how you position like furniture and plants inside of your house, it it like increases positive energy, it gets rid of negative energy and stuff like that. So when you go into someone's house, maybe you'll see a little bit of water, like a fish tank or a waterfall. Like that's a part of the Asian culture of them creating like good energy inside their house. So that's why I call my business. I had no reason doing that at all.
So you said that with business in the house, it gives positive energy. I've not heard of it before. It gives positive energy and it makes it like sets the tone for the house, man.
Exactly.
How you position certain things.
Yeah, like how the air flows in the house, and how easy it is. Like, do you have to walk around a whole bunch of furniture in order to like get to a comfortable spot? Like, what's the focal point of your house and of certain rooms and all that kind of thing? Like, they believe that all that lends to the energy and kind of like the overall like spirit and flow of the house. So yeah.
Wonderful. So you started at 16 years old. So did you go to college, anything like that, or did you go to school?
Yes, I did go to college. I went to college for psychology, and that's where I got my bachelor's degree. And I figured the best way to help people, I know that's so vague when we're growing up, I was like, I think that's psychology. But after studying it for about 3 years, just in undergrad, I noticed just like the major push for medication, and I wasn't too fond of that. Especially when you look at certain psychological issues like depression, stress, or trauma, it's usually because of your actual environment that you live in. So, you know, unemployment, not having the community around you, or not having places to go after school, or to play sports, to let out aggression or let out your creativity. I felt like the real issue with a lot of those problems were the actual community and the lack of resources, instead of the trauma and you know, everything else, and the biological aspect of like depression and bipolar disorder. I felt like it was a lot of the environment. So it was like, what can I do with using my psychology and using the fact that I like to organize and clean? How can I put those two together to help as many people as I can? And that's why now I'm starting to pursue my own business a bit more heavily.
So what was your like light bulb moment that you said to yourself, hey, I need in terms of the business, I'm impacting people. I need to start a business. I need go full launch with this, like, because I know that it's helping people. Like, what was the light bulb moment for you?
So I think first I would start with after I graduated college, I started working in a lot of higher education institutions. So I worked at University of Penn, Drexel, the Community College of Philadelphia, and then Boston University for about 2 years. When I lived there, and just throughout that time, like, I was so unhappy. I was depressed. I was like super uncomfortable with just like corporate America. Like, I don't know how to function in this place. Like, I know I'm a friendly, I'm an open person. I'm hardworking. I'm always trying to learn more. I'm always trying to do better and help people. But I don't understand why that's not coming across to my colleagues. And I still don't understand why. So when I was working at my last institution, I was actually a temp there, and they decided not to renew my contract. And to this day, I still don't know why. I never know why people let me go from a job. Not that I've been fired a lot, but I don't know why they let me go. And I was just like, I just took that as a sign that this is something that I need to do for myself. I need to give 100% into what I want to do and what's going to make me happy. And so I got into this. And I think just seeing like the relief on people's face when they can now function the space very well. Like, my first client was actually my mom. And the first project I did for her, I believe it was her home office. And like I was so excited and just so motivated by the work that I was working my 9 to 5, and I would come home and I'm like ripping up carpet, taking nails out of the floors, and moving heavy furniture by myself, and painting. Like, I was doing everything. I did about 95% of the home office, and I was just super happy and super proud of what it turned out to be. And just being able to like actually see my mom in that space, like very comfortable on calls, and she knows where everything is, and like it was a good place for her to go to work. It didn't add one more stress to her as an entrepreneur. So I think that was a major relief to me. I've also helped a few people like prepare their nursery for a baby to come. And just like that whole experience is just very joyful. Like, the baby's coming, like he's on his way, and so we're like preparing for him to get there. So I think it just like what I do, it puts people in a better position to just do better for their business, for their lives, and for their family.
Wonderful. So what is the process like for you in terms of someone wanting your services? So you say you did the home, like you whip out carpet, things like that, paints like that. what is the process of like if someone wants to use your services? What's it like do you do consultation? Then what's the next steps for that? And how long will it take for you to get that project done? It depends on what the room is, or
oh yeah. So it's very dependent on each client that I have. At least the time frame is the process is still the same. So it first starts off by the client reaching out to me. So they will complete like a very brief intake form, like
okay.
Tell me what the project is, how soon do you want this done. So then I'll set up a consultation with them, we'll talk a little bit over the phone, and then I'll send them a questionnaire that just gives me more detailed information about what they want. Excuse me. And then when that's done, I'll send them a document which I call a statement of work. And a statement of work is just, here are my deliverables, this is what I plan to deliver for you on this job, and here's what I'm expecting from you. For instance, if I organize someone's closet, I don't touch dirty laundry. So I'm gonna need the dirty laundry out. So
right.
I need you to do, before I get there. And so once we get the statement of work, it lets you know the time frame when I'm expected to be there. For some clients, it's an option to add on if you want me to purchase your baskets, your bins, your labels, like everything to make the job look really pretty. And if not, so that's one option. And then if they don't want to do that, I'll just come in, they'll just pay me my hourly wage and I'll help them organize everything. And then when that's all done, I send them like an exit survey. So I'll show them what it looked like before I came in and organized and what it looks like after. And just like some tips, like here's how you maintain your pantry or your closet or something like that. That way, even if they're very disorganized or just super busy, at least they know how to maintain the space. And then they can always hire me back to, zhuzh it up, make it look a little bit better.
So I know what it'll probably take. It depends. 'Cause I know you say you might, I don't know, you do 9 to 5. I don't know you work. I don't know. So I don't know what it probably take. It'll be like maybe a day or a couple of weeks or.
Oh right. Oh no. It definitely doesn't take a couple of weeks unless I'm doing it an entire house. So usually, I think the smallest job I've done was between 4 and 6 hours. That was like a walk-in closet. And the largest job I did, it took about 6 days. And that was because the space that I was working, it was very dense with a lot of stuff. It was a lot of paper and it was a lot of clothes and just sentimental value. So that's one thing I want to kind of like express to my clients. Like they may look at a space and they'll say like, oh, this is 4 hours of work. And then I come in, I was like, no, it's going to be 8. It was just like, well, where do you get these 4 extra hours from? I was like, paper takes a long time to get through, sentimental value, because now you have to struggle emotionally with what you're going to give away and what you're going to keep. And then for us ladies, sometimes we have a lot of makeup. There's a lot of tiny things of makeup that you have to like organize and make it look great. So it really depends on the project. But I think an average is maybe like 12 to 16 hours. And that includes when you want to change the layout of the room, if you need to move furniture, if you possibly want to paint like one wall, that'll probably be like 12 to 16 hours.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
And that's without help from the client.
Oh, okay. So when you do the project, it's just you, or you have a team, or in the midst of getting a team together, so you have to bear that whole project on your own?
Yeah. So right now it's just me. I work independently. I create the option, excuse me, where clients can bring family members, so it can be me, the client, and maybe the client's sister or their kids or something like that. So it's it won't necessarily be 12 to 16 hours. It depends. If I'm doing the basement of a family house, ideally I want the family to be there, so we can all make decision on what can go and what can stay. In that case, it could be, I would say 6 to 8 hours if I had help from family members.
Okay. Okay. Wonderful. So. What is next for you? What in terms of your organization, your business? Where do you see your organization being in about not 5 years, but where do you see your business being in 1 year from now?
1 year from now, I see myself working with a lot of realtors and helping their sellers sell their homes and buyers move in. Another population I guess I'm trying to connect with is senior citizens. So when they're moving from their 4 or 5 bedroom house, their family house, into a 1-bedroom senior citizen living assistance place, I want to be a part of that process to kind of like help them transition into something smaller. And I also want to incorporate incorporate a lot more community service in what I do. So this past summer, after being inside quarantined for as long as we have, as soon as the weather broke, it was like 60 something degrees and everybody was outside. I went to a local park, actually Alany High School. I don't live too far from there.
Okay.
They have a really nice like field outside, and so I was walking around. I was so distracted by how much trash everywhere, clothes, water bottles, and I was just like, nah, we can't be doing this, like, not on my watch. So I'm walking around, I'm thinking like, all right, tomorrow I'm coming back, I'm gonna bring my trash bag, I'm bringing gloves, I'm bringing this, I'm bringing that. I was finding out where all the trash cans at, so I knew where to put stuff. And the next day I went there by myself and cleaned up, and I probably did that for about 4 days and left with a ton of.
So you cleaned the whole track at Alany High School.
Yeah.
By yourself in 4 days. Wow.
I was there for at least a couple hours each day, and it was almost perfect because I could see how beautiful the park was going to be. But before then, I was distracted by the amount of trash. And if you're walking around any type of neighborhood, you see trash. There's no pride there. You don't want to go there. You're disappointed at the people who live there. And I was just like, I don't want that to be that case, and it shouldn't have to be. I am fully able to pick up this trash just as anyone else is. And plus, I grew up doing a lot of community service with my school and with my church, so it wasn't something new. It was just like, this is what I think needs to happen, this is what I'm going to do. So anyway, what I plan to do in the next year is hopefully I can do more projects like that just throughout like the community. And if I can get them involved, maybe get some sponsorships to help with like, trash bags and things like that. And I think it's already being done. And I can't remember the organization or the guy who's doing it, what neighborhood or anything like that, but all that to say, I'm not the first one to think of something.
Right, I love it. I love that idea because also for your in terms of business, how you thought about, and it depends on how they word it. How about going back to schools, going to classrooms so the teachers organize, because a lot of them going back to school in the fall. They've been isolated, so they might help with their classroom structure. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, how about going to schools? They allow people in the schools.
Right.
Right? Yeah.
You know what? I never thought about it, but I wouldn't refuse. I would love to. I also think that I'm a teacher not a teacher at heart. Yeah, I'm a teacher at heart. Not that I ever taught or anything, but yes, I'd be more than willing to help out with schools, teachers.
Because I think that's very important, because a lot of them are going back to school and feel like that, and they lay that transition, so they might be overwhelmed. There's a lot of stuff here. It's like, I went to my school this week. There's a lot of bosses. I'm like, on the front, I'm like, we don't do this stuff. And like, now that it's summer now, they trying to get back to the fall, so like your touch might help someone, you know what I mean? At the school be more engaging and come into, because kids think about that environment they come in, and teachers may not be that organized, like kind of creative like yourself, because the environment dictates the pace of learning is going to take place. Yeah. So so I think like they can come in there, someone come in there and just like touch it up a little bit, they give like a welcoming environment, So
yeah, and I think kids can definitely pick up on that when something's not like welcoming, when it's in disarray. It's almost like, oh, this is something I could potentially take advantage of. You know what I mean? So yeah, I would be definitely more than willing to help. So if there's any teachers out there or administrators, if you can go to my website and I don't know, let me know what you need. I'll definitely try to help you guys out there. And the website is organized by Dixon, DIXON.com. Or check me out on any of my social media platforms. That's Organized Office Home Design on Facebook, and on IG is O2HE20.
Okay. So, when you are not organizing and doing the work that you're doing, what do you do for self-care?
This is what I do for self-care.
Okay. No,
like seriously, like I think that's what kind of like pushed me into it was, so when I came back from Boston and, I started working for another, so when I came back from Boston, I was like really depressed, like the most depressed I've ever been.
All right, sidebar question for you.
Yeah.
What was Boston? Is Boston really what they told you about in terms of people, or?
See, no one ever told me about Boston before I moved to Boston.
Okay, I heard
something about Boston because of like my best friend and like close friend in college, and obviously you're gonna talk good and big about your city, right? So anyway, that's the only. I didn't know anything about Boston before I moved there, and learned so much so quickly. So I lived there for about 2 years. So yeah, when I left Boston, I came back home. I was like super depressed. I wouldn't leave the couch. I'd go to the bathroom, I would eat, and I'm back on the couch again.
Wow.
I would sleep on the couch, and that was it. And then I started working for a local university, and I was there for about 2.5 months before they let me go. And once again, I had no idea why. And I reached out to them to ask, like, how didn't I fit your organization? Like, tell me how. But no one ever came back with a response. So I just started doing stuff around the house. I have a dresser. I painted that. I refinished it. I had a patio set that I painted. I reupholstered the chairs, and then I sold it for a good. I mean, it wasn't a ton of money, but it was still a decent amount, and it just made me so much. It made me so happy because I could see the progress through the process, and I think some people tend to quit more easily. But I was consistently seeing the progress, so I think as I was seeing the progress, I was seeing my mental health become a little bit better, and then also it made me go outside. So just being outside, being in the sunlight, and people seeing what I'm doing and asking questions. So now I'm like interacting with people on a more personal level, and also just being out in nature and the sunshine, the fresh air, and all that other stuff. So that definitely helped me with my mental health. And even now, like I don't know if I will offer that service to other people, just because I'm still learning. But right now I'm working on this amazing wooden desk, and I'm so excited for how it's going to turn out. So yeah, everything that I do, and I think that's why I feel like it was such a good idea, is because it does two things for me. It brings in income, and it also helps my mental health.
Wow. Well, that's well said. Well said, Gavin. I know you do that. That's a lot to do, self-care, but sometimes like you need that. That affects your mental health in a positive way because it makes you be in a place where you do something that you love and something that you enjoy.
Like it brings peace to me. It brings ease. It also allows me to use like my creativity and problem-solving skills. And so I just get to focus on those things instead of focusing on my frustrations, on my stresses, or something like that. So it kind of allows me to escape from all those negative emotions that we feel consistently. And I also saw a therapist for about 2 years too, so she helped a ton.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. I tell people, someone won't go to therapy because at the end of the day, therapy is supposed to make you better and hopefully not bitter. So, I'm advocating for people with mental health and going there and just have someone to talk to you, and someone you talk to that's someone that you don't know that knows what you've been through and knows your experiences, and to give you that advice that's helped you deal with this issue, help you deal with certain issues and coping mechanisms. So
I think that's exactly what they do. I know like the way TV and movies and cartoons and things like that, how they portray therapy is completely different from the experience that I had. My therapist was a Black woman. I almost look at her like a big sister or auntie. That was the type of relationship that we had. And I felt a level of comfort with her that if I told her the type of mistakes that I made in my life, I didn't feel judged. I didn't feel like I was going to be reprimanded. I felt like she was listening to truly understand, like, why do I have this behavior? And then she helped me find those reasons, like, why do you date men for such a short period of time? And that meant something, and she helped me get to what that was. And obviously, unfortunately, I had to say, yeah, there were daddy issues, and we were able to work through those, where now I'm at peace. I know I didn't have a great relationship with him. I'm not sure if I ever will, but, like, I forgive him. And that was something I did not think I was ever going to say, because I was just so angry with him and how I was raised almost without him. So now, and then she also said something to me that was so important. It made it so much easier for me to forgive him, and that was reconciliation doesn't mean you accept what they did, forgiveness doesn't mean reconciliation. So that doesn't mean if I forgive them, that doesn't mean we have to reconcile our relationship. Forgiveness takes one person, and that's me. Reconciliation takes both of us. Right. It takes our intention, it takes our willingness to work in our relationship. I don't think I'll get that from him. So I'm okay with just forgiving what he did and just accepting the father that I had in my life, and just leave it at that.
Wow. Forgiveness doesn't mean reconciliation. I'm not. Wow.
Some people you just can't reconcile.
True.
And that's okay. And I think that's the toughest place to get to is knowing that you won't get reconciliation.
Wonderful. Wow. That's so true. And that, again, like you said, forgiveness is for you, not for the person. You know what I mean?
I hate when people say that. I didn't understand, but now it's just like, yes, I'm so happy I got this. And I would not have gotten to this place without my therapist.
Right. It's right.
That's what I wanted to say.
Go ahead.
I wanted to say.
Go ahead.
I feel like a great therapist will create a toolbox for you for how you handle all the situations in your life. So if you struggle with depression or anxiety or relationships with certain siblings or family members or friends, they want to give you a toolbox for how to deal with that, how to manage your own stress and how to take care of yourself, how to know yourself well enough to know that if I don't leave my house for 4 days, by day 5 or 6, I'm going to be in a depressed mood. So let me prepare for that. And so I feel like all of that is a part of like your self-care toolbox that a therapist will help you discover and help you create. And it looks different for everybody, of course.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, all right. So where people can find you? We kind of said already for more information, more about your projects you have going on. Where people can find you at for more information, or they want to contact you and say, hey, I'm interested in doing how you doing a project for me in the home, in the office, so.
Okay. So my website is www.organizedbydixon.com. And my Instagram is O2HD20. And then on Facebook, you can find me at Organized Office Home Design. I think those are all my handles. And, I don't think there's anywhere. I'm not on LinkedIn or TikTok, which I'm being encouraged to go on. But that's it. And also, my number, you can call me directly, is 267-290-0792.
Okay, wonderful. So, do you have any projects coming up? I know you just did the class thing last month. Do you have anything, or you do that again, or you offer that again at some point, or for the fall, or what's the let's move for that? So, in terms of that.
So right now I'm working on a couple of furniture pieces that I have at my house.
Right.
So I'm reupholstering a headboard, 2 accent chairs, and the office desk. So that's just like some personal projects I'm working on. I don't have anything major coming up. Like I said, I'm still reaching out to nursing home directors and realtors' office to see if I can partner with them with helping your seller sell their house.
Wonderful. So, I'm trying to ask a question. Do you have any final words for us in terms of any more for messages, in terms of giving inspiration to a young lady, a young man who wants to do this for a living? Like, what would you tell them that you wish you learned as you started?
What would I tell a young lady or a young man who wants to do what I do? That I didn't know before. I think I would have started early. So I think when we are following our dreams, we need to be open to some things that we do. Like I said, I was very creative when I was younger, and that was something I didn't tap back into until I was older. So I'm thinking if I would have continued this at 60 years old, I probably would have been a carpenter, working a contract. I would have had all these other trade certificates that would assist in, my business, being able to just do more.
Right.
So I think that if we need to continue to follow our passions, and build on that, like layer it up rather to strengthen it. So get the certificates that you need, maybe it's a degree that you need, like get all those things that bring like credibility to what you do, what you really enjoy. And then pursue it wholeheartedly. And it's going to be tough for sure. There are definitely times when I go weeks without doing anything because I'm so overwhelmed. But also like learning how to break those things into like smaller bites, and just continue to push forward. Like one thing I like to remind myself is just like, and when I'm overwhelmed or stressed, is like just keep doing, and just do it, like Mikey said. I didn't mean to be all cliche, but just in doing it, you're consistently working towards something. You're not letting those negative thoughts kind of like slow you down. Like so, even in my fear and my depression and my stress, like I can still have those feelings.
Right.
And I can also keep going.
True. That's very true. Very true.
And in the past, I wouldn't do that. I was just like, all right, I'm not feeling this. Let me shut down. Let me get in my little shell until I'm ready to come back out. And now it's just like, no, I can have those feelings and continue to do and continue to build. And then I'm not sabotaging myself either because I'm still consistently working towards a goal.
Wonderful. Well said. So Dominique Dixon, it's been an honor to have you as my guest to
you.
learn so many things about you that I didn't learn before. So tell your mom I said hi too. You know,
She's probably listening. Hi, Mom.
tell that one on the show too. So I know she's doing amazing work as well. So
If you can catch her.
yeah.
If you can catch her. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's
So.
a go-getter. You can tell that she's barely home.
Yeah. So, like I said, go follow Dominique. I'll post a website out there where to contact you because I think your services are needed. You know, especially as we go to the summer season, now go to the fall. You know, people want to look different. Their homes look different. You know, she does great work for the community. She just is willing to help you get what you want and turn your vision to reality. So, again, thank you so much for being part of our show. Thank you for being a guest. Yeah, I really appreciate your time. Yeah, definitely. Hopefully, you go see us down the road. You know, hopefully, you got some more projects. You wanted classes. We can announce that, promote on our show. You know, so for those who are watching, thank you for watching. David for watching. David B. Blades, and thank you for watching. So also for the people that were watching on Twitter Live. Enjoy your rest of your weekend. I know it's not gonna be hot. Be safe out here. Be mindful. Check on someone that you haven't talked to in a while. Tell them how they feel and how they doing, because you never know that could make a difference in someone's life. So. Be safe, be humble, be grateful. I will see y'all. So I'll see you next week for another episode of Woman's Struggle to Experience Radio Show.